Hey everybody, my name is Paul Liner, Managing Director of Purple Line, who manufacture the Opus Camper brand of Aussie-designed folding camper trailers and hybrid caravans. I help make a few of the decisions around the business, and I'm here at the X-Grid Open House in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm going to show you around a few of our units, and I'm going to start with the Opus OP4, which is our flagship folding camper trailer model with the patented air tent system to make it super easy for you all to set up camp and pack it all down. So I'm going to show you this OP4 model right now. This is our Opus OP4 model in stunning orange. It also comes in blue, black and grey. So whatever color your tow vehicle, we've got you covered. This is the flagship model, and it's got the huge air tent on the side. So the patented inflatable technology that we build into all of our tent campers. You hit a button, and then inside of 3 minutes, this entire tent, as you see it, pops straight up. And even better, when you're packing it down, it takes about 30 seconds for all the air to just rush out of it. And so when you are closing it down, you're not fighting with metal poles to get this unit back down. It's all easy, it just falls down straight like a bed sheet, and then you just fold the two lids over to create your hard shell. So one of the main sales features here is just how easy it is to set it up and pack it down. I myself can do it in about 5 minutes, and I did have someone time me to do that, but your average user, even your beginner, is going to be able to set this whole thing up inside of about 10 minutes or so. So real easy to set up, real easy to pack down. And then also, because we're taking out some of those metal poles, it pushes down some of that weight of the trailer as well. So you're looking at about a wet weight of about 3,300 pounds, a gross weight of 4,400 pounds. So you've got your Toyota Tacomas, your 4Runners. I pull it with a Ford Explorer, not on any of the more aggressive off-roading stuff that I'm sure some of our customers do. Grand Cherokees, Gladiators, and then any quarter-ton pickup truck's going to be able to get this off-road into some of those more gnarly tracks that obviously our customers like to go down. First thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to direct you over to the control panel here. So you've got your mains power switch, and then your voltmeter, amp meter, and your battery charge indicator here. So you've got full control over your power. As standard, it comes with 2 AGM batteries. You've got 100 amps of usable power there because you've got 2 100 amp AGM batteries. If you want to, you can upgrade those to lithium batteries to give you close to 185 amps of usable power. It's designed to take you off-road for about 4 days or so. So there's enough power in that battery bank. And because we're using LED lights and low amp draw pumps, you've got 4 days of off-site power. You've got 40 gallons of fresh water, so plenty of fresh water. And then if you want to, you can sling a couple of jerry cans on front to give you another 12 gallons of fresh water there as well. That's controlled by the front and rear water tank gauges here. And then you've got some 12 volt power right here, and then switches for your pumps, your 12 volt socket, your fridge, your lights, and then a heater. So for our 2024 models, all units are coming with a Truma Vario heat as standard. If you want to, you can also install a Dometic Cool Cap, which is a 10,000 BTU air conditioner, into this unit. That's an optional upgrade as well. So that's the control panel. We've got big R15 mud tires on this thing. So the suspension, which is now becoming much more prevalent inside of the market, is your typical single coil dual shock trailing arm suspension. So it handles all the undulations of off-road towing just phenomenally well. I don't think I've had a single report of someone having a tough time towing one of these things. It glides behind your tow vehicle. And like I said, I pull it with a Ford Explorer, and I barely know the thing is back there. I'm going to take us over now to this phenomenal stainless steel pull-out kitchen on the exterior. For those of you wondering, you can get annexes and awnings. So we've got a couple of different options there. So this whole exterior area is covered. They use the inflatable technology as well. And so the two options are, you've got the full inflatable annex, which is, it doubles your living space. So the same space that I'm going to show you on the inside, that same square footage can exist on the outside as well. You can have a front sheet and a ground sheet so that you're fully enclosed from the harsher weather elements and insects as well. And then you can fully enclose all the front doors so that it's just an extra room for you to live in outside. On top of that, a neat feature is this entire front panel here can fold up, which means that you can have interior and exterior living space, and with your family, everyone's living together. You're not in cloistered rooms separate from each other. So that's one option. The second option is our inflatable canopy, which is very much more just like a standard awning. Again, inflatable, you can leave it permanently attached. So when you hit that button to inflate the air temp, the canopy will inflate as well. And so it gives you a phenomenal amount of covered space from, obviously shade from the sun, and protection from wind and rain as well. But that covers this kitchen, which I'm going to go into now. So the entire thing's made out of stainless steel, so very hard wearing. 4-ring burner, huge cooking area. I was just watching a video of one of our customers. Actually, he had a griddle on this side. He was frying up some burgers. He had some vegetables going on this side, and then he was toasting some buns here. So huge amount of cooking space. We've got a chopping board here, which slides out from the unit. We've got cutlery drawer, and then we've got some additional storage here as well. This runs off of the propane, which is a 20-pound propane tank that sits on the front of this unit, along with those jerry cans that I mentioned earlier. We've got an additional chopping board here. You've got a light here for illuminating this in the dark, and then also we've got an additional light up LED section for the entire kitchen, so it brightens the entire area. Drying rack here, and then this is obviously your sink, which is connected to that 40 gallons of fresh water that I mentioned before. Moving around the front here, we've got a ARB 63QT, so that's the classic version. Refrigerator that is connected via 12 volt to the two 100 amp batteries that I mentioned before. And then towards the front, we've got an arc tongue jack and then a Cruise Master DA35, which is a phenomenal hitch. Pivots and moves as you are off-road to help. Your vehicle can be in one angle, your tow vehicle can be in another angle, so that you can handle that kind of off-road towing. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you the huge amount of living space on the inside of this unit. So let's jump inside. This is the interior of the Opus OP4 unit. As you can see, it's quite cavernous. There's a huge amount of interior living space. Set up for a family of 4, but this can fold down. This leatherette seating area that I'm on can fold down to sleep another 2 kids or 1 smaller adult. This is the front bed, so this is out over the tongue. A couple of things you can do with this bed. If you want to, you can turn it into a king-size bed. So set up a standard, you're sleeping passenger side to driver's side. But if you want to, you can rearrange these cushions to fold it down into a king-size bed. So anybody over 6'1" would now sleep front of the unit to back of the unit. And so the king-size bed stretches all the way out there to the window, and then it comes out to about here as well. And then you rearrange the cushions to set it up so that you've got all that sleeping area. 8 foot, I think it's 8'1" in terms of floor to ceiling height, so even the tallest people can live quite comfortably inside of here. And then these are the air beams right here. This is about 6.5 psi of pressure. The air beams can go up to 9 psi of pressure, but we factory set it to 6.5. You shouldn't need to go any higher than that. We actually did some wind speed tests on this unit, also some water tests as well, where we hovered a helicopter. It was about 2 meters above this unit. We've got a video of that online. I'd highly recommend you check it out. It's insane. But the main point here is that the tent inside was rock solid. So this thing handles the wind phenomenally well. So anybody that's nervous about those more windy areas in the country, this is the unit if you're interested in a tent camper for you, because we've tested it well. We also did some water testing on it as well. So we got a fire truck, we sprayed it down, bone dry inside here. It was about, I think it was 800 API of water that was being sprayed up against the sidewalls and seams of this unit. So wind speed tested, water tested. And then we've also got a video online of, hey, what happens if something goes wrong with your air beams? And so we pulled one out, we ran over it with a truck, we poked it with a fork, and then we just wanted to demonstrate the protective layers of fabric that we've got over the air beams. And so it didn't puncture it. So if you're in here with your kids or whatever and they've got a knife and they start going to town on one of these air beams, the product itself is robust enough to be able to take that kind of light damage. And then to prove the point, we actually deflated the air beam by piercing it with a knife and then demonstrating how to fix it up in situ, on site, without needing any spare parts from us at home base to fix it up. And so they took this little sticky pad, put it over the air beam, inflated it. They needed to leave it for about 2 hours or so. Then they put it back inside the unit, inflated the tent to demonstrate that even if the worst possible case happens on site, the product as standard, it comes with a patch kit. It is robust enough and easy enough to fix on site without needing home base parts to be airshipped over to you whilst you're camping. So the air tent, phenomenal piece of kit, sets up inside of 3 minutes and robust enough to be able to take 60-mile-an-hour wind speeds, fire truck levels of water, and if your kids go to town on one of these air beams, easy enough to fix on site. As you can see, we've got a rather large dinette here. 3 to 4 adults can sit around here quite comfortably. Table on the inside, stereo system built into this thing. I mentioned earlier that a Truma Vario heat now comes as standard. You can install a Dometic 10,000 BTU cool cat system inside here. 2 100 amp AGM batteries, porta potty built inside this unit as well, and then optional hot water shower that's built onto the exterior of the unit that comes with an Ironman shower tent. That's all built onto the cargo rack, which is on the other side of this unit, on the driver's side of the unit. That can hold 500 pounds of capacity, of weight. This is the other side of the Opus Camper. I just wanted to show it to you so you can get a feel for the size and space inside this thing. So this is the rear bed, so we're hanging out over the rear of the camper now. One of the cool options you can buy for this unit is a cinema system. So you can build in I think it's a 50-inch projector screen that's mounted here into the bed lid, and then it connects up at the top there. So this entire section turns into a cinema screen, and then you put a projector which you connect to the sound system inside of the unit. You position that projector on the table that I showed you earlier, and then you can have family movie nights camped out here inside of your tent. So this is the Opus OP4 with the inflatable air tent, and now I'm going to show you some other units that we also do. This is the Opus OP2. Very similar in a lot of ways to the OP4, so same water capacity, 40 gallons, same battery capacity, 200 amps, same kitchen, same fridge. The differences in this model are it's really designed for couples, or couples with a dog maybe, because instead of 2 fold-out double-sized beds, what you've got is 1 fold-out queen-size bed inside of this thing. So I'll show you the interior in a second. One of the other features is it's got much larger front storage, so it's got double-sized front storage. So you've got all these slide-out drawers and trays here for all of your pots, pans, amenities. You can fit a 2,000-watt generator and strap it down onto this section here. So you've got a lot more front storage, but also the layout of it as well, because you've got the kitchen on the rear of this unit as opposed to on the front, which is what the OP4 has. You've got a nice kitchen environment here where your fridge is here, your kitchen's here. You can use this for cutting as well if you want to. So it's a little bit more friendly to use when you're outside cooking. A lot of the same features and options, so the same canopies and the same air annexes that I mentioned for the OP4, which are all inflatable as well. The air canopy will fit inside this on this unit, and so you can leave it permanently attached. You roll it out when you're ready to set up camp, and then it will inflate with the unit for ease of setup. So this is the very similar air tent technology. It's the same air tent technology, but similar setup times. So 3-minute inflation for just the air tent, and then an extra minute or 2 for the air canopy, for 5 minutes of inflation if you have the whole kit and caboodle, air canopy and air tent as well. And then the air annex as well will also set up so that it fully comes out, fully encloses the kitchen, and then the Truma Vario heat that you can install inside will heat both the main cabin and this exterior annex in. This is anecdotal Facebook knowledge here, but it was about 20-degree temperatures is the lowest I've seen customers boast that they felt comfortable inside of this unit. Another feature the OP2 has that the OP4 doesn't is a built-in shower tent, and that hangs off of the rear of the unit. Whereas the OP4 is an exterior Ironman shower tent. This one actually has one built in, and it comes as standard as well. Same R15 tires, same trailer suspension, single coil dual shock trailing arm suspension. And why don't I show you the interior of the unit, because that's where the majority of the differences are. This is the interior of the OP2, same wraparound leatherette interior, sofa section. This back section here, this is where the shower tent actually hangs off of. So it'll meet the back section of this tent and then it'll meet the ground. You stake it down into the ground. We've got a huge shower tent inside this thing. The porta potty also comes as standard inside of this. You'd probably pick that up, put it outside, put it in your shower tent for use. Stereo system built into this unit. Unfortunately, this one cannot have the air conditioner built into it, but like I said, it does have the Vario heat that will heat this interior cabin, and it will heat the air annex if that's fully enclosed and attached to this unit as well. I'm going to show you the queen bed next because it's huge. It's able to get a much bigger bed because this is a single fold as opposed to a double fold, i.e. that's the quantity of lids that you've got that fold over to create the hard shell of the unit when it's all packed down. So this is 6'2" in terms of length, and then I think it's 4'6" in terms of width here. So I'm 6'1", I sleep very comfortably inside of this thing. Huge cavernous living space again, 8-foot ceiling height, so you've got 6'10" in width as well, so a couple of adults and a couple of dogs could live inside here quite comfortably. So this is the OP2, thank you very much. I'm going to show you the OP Lite next. This is the Opus OP Lite. It was designed to handle lighter towing capacity vehicles, or it was designed for that market. So your Jeeps with a 3,500 pound tow capacity, this is the product for you. It's still got the same air tent, so it inflates inside of 3 minutes or so. You could set this unit up inside of 5 minutes or so. Main differences with the OP Lite are it's designed for that weekend warrior. So people that are looking to hook up on a Friday, come back on a Sunday. It's got a single AGM battery and a single 20-gallon water tank here. What it doesn't have is the cargo rack and heater features, so no Truma Vario heat built into this thing. But it's a small little fun box that you can take absolutely anywhere. It's really lightweight. Like I said, it's great for the Jeep community because of its the Jeep's 3,500 pound tow capacity. It can pull this easily. The weight of this is 2,200 pounds dry, probably looking at 2,300 pounds with water and propane built onto the unit. So super lightweight, low towing profile. You won't feel this thing behind you. Similar to the OP2, it's got a large double storage on the front here with the ARB 63QT built in and some additional storage here. This is the control panel for your main power, lights, pumps, fridge, all the 12-volt sockets built into this unit, and a slightly smaller pull-out kitchen. So this has got a 4-ring burner cooker still, but a slightly smaller sink here for washing and keeping the dishes clean. But the same chopping board here as well, so slightly smaller kitchen in total. It's got some rear storage, so it's got, like the OP2, has some rear storage right on the back section there. And it's a single fold, so it's got quite a large bed. I think it's got a 6'2" in terms of length bed, 4'6" in terms of width as well. And then the towing profile is very, very small. It's about 4'5" in terms of its towing profile, so it's very, very small. This is the Opus OP Lite interior, so the same wraparound leatherette interior for this unit. Designed for 2 people, really, so like I said, those weekend warriors that are looking to leave on a Friday, get home on a Sunday, and then plenty of interior living space for 2 people. And then on the front, it's got a queen size bed, so 6'2" in length, 4'6" in width, so plenty of interior living space. The tent fabric is a little bit lighter, so it'll deal with the heat without an air conditioner just that little bit better. A huge amount of ventilation in this thing, so this massive rear window. You've got top vents into the tent, you've got these side windows, and then a big front window on the bed. So crosswinds left and right, front to back, plenty of ventilation inside of this thing. So get it out onto the beach and feel that sea breeze. It's the OP Lite queen bed, 6'2" in length, 4'6" in width. Ceiling height, actually I forgot to mention those. You've got 8'1" in terms of ceiling height, so even the tallest people can live comfortably inside of here. And then when this thing's opened up for 2 people, it is huge. It's cavernous, so plenty of living space, plenty of interior storage for all your clothes and all your food, all the stuff you want to take with you when you're camping throughout the weekend. This is the OP Lite. I'm going to show you our OP15 next. This is our Opus OP15 hybrid caravan. Aussie designed, brought into California, and we do the final fit and finish there. So as you can see, it's got the fabric pop-up top, which makes it the hybrid caravan. That takes it to 6'10" in terms of floor-to-ceiling interior living space. The unit comes as standard with pretty much everything. There's very few options on this unit. So as standard, it comes with the large Dometic CFX 75. That's a dual zone, so you can have a fridge or a freezer, 2 freezers, 2 fridges. You can set the compressors to come down to whatever temperature you would like. You've got a Dometic, I think it's a 13,500 BTU Penguin 2 air conditioner built into the roof. That needs a generator to run. That won't run straight off the batteries because it would drink them dry. You've got a Truma Combi Eco. That's your forced air that runs off the propane, and your hot water, again, runs off of the propane, and that's built into the front of the unit also. That draws from a 63 gallon, there's actually 2 water tanks in there totaling 63 gallons. You've got 17 gallons of grey, that's your shower and sink runoff from the interior bathroom, and then you've got 10 gallons of black, because this is a black tank plumbed toilet built inside of this unit. Now, I'll show you the shower in a little bit. So it's got the standard single coil dual shock trailing arm suspension, and then those, that is connected to R16 mud tyres on this unit here. You're looking at about 5,000 pounds of dry weight. If you put water inside of it, you're looking at about 5,500 pounds, 5,600 pounds. And then the GVWR, so the gross vehicle weight is 6,600 pounds. So you're probably looking at, Jeep Gladiators, and then your F-150s, your Silverados, and then your Tundras as well to pull this thing. So you're probably looking at pickup trucks or your very high-rated SUVs. As standard, it comes with this Fiamma rollout awning with the 2 stabilizer legs on the front, and that will cover the standard huge Opus kitchen that rolls out the side of this unit. Again, stainless steel, has 4 ring burners, large sink, and this one's actually hard connected, so as you roll it out, you're not going to need to connect up the water, hot and cold water. You do still need to connect up the propane. The actual exterior of the unit itself's got 17 windows built into it, so talking about crosswinds and kind of airing this thing out. You've got 17 windows built into the fabric hybrid, the fabric canvas that makes it a hybrid caravan, but also these actually Eurovision windows here as well that can be set to like an airing mode, so if you are sleep inside this thing but you want a little bit of cross breeze without this thing being completely open, you can set it just so that they're slightly ajar so that air can come on through here. You've got some pantry storage here, pots, pans, dishes, the cutlery drawer, and then some additional storage inside of this kitchen here as well. And then you've got the prep deck here built into the unit, and then as I mentioned, you've got the Dometic CFX 75 dual zone fridge right here too. It's got a standard galvanized steel chassis that comes with all our Opus units, and the DA35 Cruise Master hitch. So again, phenomenal piece of kit. I love the DA35. I'm going to show you the interior of the unit right now. This is the interior of the OP15. One of the first things you may notice, and it's one of my favorite features about this, is we use solid bamboo for all the interior cabinetry facings. I like it. It's hard wearing, so it'll help you keep the value of this unit. If you scratch it, then you can remove the panel, you can sand it down, you can recoat it, and then this thing can look good as new. So again, keeping the value of this unit high, the bamboo does a really good job. Not to mention, looks gorgeous, the light bounces off of it, so it feels really light, really quite spacious inside of this unit. On the interior, I mentioned this is the Dometic Penguin 2 air conditioner that will run off generator. Got a TV built into the unit, and then this is the leatherette interior for a couple of adults and a couple of kids to sit around and have their dinner. Huge king bed on the rear here, so it's a standard king size bed, so bring all your king size bed linens with you. And then, as I mentioned, there's 17 windows inside of this thing, so a lot of cross breeze can come through here, and it keeps it quite airy. You can certainly dry it out very, very easily after you've taken your hot water showers. And then this is the mechanism that actually pops this unit up. So the great thing about that is that when you're driving, it reduces the height by 14 inches, so it makes it easier to tow it. and then it'll also make it just like I said, like a lowering tower profile, so you're going to suffer less with strong winds with this thing, because it's going to, like I said, tow lower. The wind's going to go over it a little bit easier. So you pull it down, that makes it easier to pull around, and you're going to get less fishtailing. So very easy to tow this thing. And then inside here, what we've got is we've got the hot water shower that's connected to the 63 gallons of fresh water. You've got the toilet inside of here, and you've got a sink inside of here as well. A lot of space to move around inside of there, so nice, easy, comfortable showers inside of this unit. And obviously you can lock yourself away when you need to do your other business. And then on the front, which I'm going to show you now, we've got 2 additional bunks. So this unit sleeps 4 people total. I just wanted to show you the 2 bunks here. So they're actually 6'2" in length. So even an adult could sleep tip to tail inside of this. So this one here is actually a standard single size bed. This one up here is a custom bed. So really for smaller kids up here as well. So this unit can sleep 2 adults in the king size on the rear, and then 2 kids up front here as well. Plenty of living space inside of it, plenty of eating room, and then certainly plenty of sleeping room. And then you can tuck yourself away at night with our lovely curtains here as well. This was the OP15, guys. My name is Paul. I'm here with XGrid at their open house in Knoxville, Tennessee. Can't thank you enough for giving me the time to show you our Opus Camper units. If you want to look us up, then www.opuscamper.us. I'm here with XGrid. We've got dealers across the country, and I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much.